Well, we're a couple weeks out from LCS. I'm here on LCS Asset Day with coverage presented by Alienware to talk a little bit to Jensen. Jensen, new team, new look. What's the transition been like?
It's been great, actually. Everything is running pretty smoothly at Liquid already, and I'm just excited for the season to get going.
So now it's time to dive deep into all the stuff that I'm sure a lot of people have been wondering about the offseason. Why the switch, and how long were you planning this? Because there were some people that speculated, like, all right, beginning of summer split, Jensen gets benched, and he's like, I'm getting out of here at the end of this.
Well, I've been with Cloud9 for I think it's been 3.5 years, and I've always had the thought, what would it be like to play for another team? Because I felt like as a pro player, if you play for the same team your entire career, you might have regrets about not trying anything new. And there was a lot of changes that happened within Cloud9 this year that was different the past few years. So there was a lot of stuff that I didn't necessarily agree with or like too much. So then, I thought now would be a good time to try something new. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's something that's kind of been lingering in the back of my mind for a while that I should probably try something new at some point. But yeah, it was. I think now was just the right timing for it.
So what? Why Team Liquid? Like you could have probably gone to a lot of different teams. Why Team Liquid?
Well, first of all, I talked to Jack, and he had a meeting with Steve the same day, I think. And apparently the deadline was really short, and it had to be done basically the same day, or the door would close. So then I didn't really get to look at other options really. And I mean, Liquid would be my top priority anyways. So yeah, I mean that's how I ended up in Liquid.
Well, so it was like a 24-hour thing. Just suddenly it happened.
Well, I mean, I had already talked to Jack a bit about some stuff beforehand, a few weeks ago, or a few weeks prior to that. And then, I told him oh, it would probably be best for me to go for a change. And then he was basically on board with it and said he was talking to Steve later the same day. So then he was like, oh yeah, let's see what Steve has to say.
Yeah. So once you got to Team Liquid, how did everything go? I mean, what's it been like? Because I'm sure it's very culturally different and obviously different roster, that kind of thing.
Everything's been super great so far. Everything has exceeded my expectations. Just what the org has to offer, and just the players, my teammates, and everything. So right now everything's going great. This might just be the honeymoon phase, but so far I'm very satisfied.
Is it weird for you? Because as you said, 3.5 years on Cloud9, that's a long time. So is it strange being part of a different organization?
Yeah, it's definitely a change because I've only been on Cloud9 the whole time I've been in America, so it's a bit of a change. But honestly, everything here is not too different in a way. I mean, there's obviously changes, but there's nothing where I'm wow, this might make me uncomfortable, anything like that. So the transition has been pretty easy for me.
Was there any part of you that thought, hey, maybe I should go back home? LEC is starting, and that's going to be a thing. Was there any consideration of that?
There was a small consideration, but I've lived in Germany for a bit already, and honestly, I like LA a bit more, I'd like to say. So I think just living-wise, I'd be happier staying here. So that's kind of why I didn't really bother too much looking into EU.
Now, as much as I'm loath to say this, LAC does have a better competitive history. If you wanted to perform well at Worlds and go further than you were able to this year on Cloud9, maybe that would have been a chance. Was that a consideration at all?
I think if there was no good options available for me in America, then I would have definitely considered EU if there was something interesting. But I knew Liquid's vision was, very big from the beginning, and I think I have just as good chances here on Liquid than I would on any of the other top EU teams.
What's it been like meshing with the team? Because there's a rumor that you have a lot of strong opinions, Jensen. And I, from knowing him for quite some time, also know that Doublelift has a lot of strong opinions. And so when this first got announced, I'll tell you, I was kind of I wonder how these two are going to get along. It could be great, or it could be them at each other's throats. So, I mean, how are things going so far?
So far, everything's been going fine. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to really say like how much of those are like rumors and what's true. I mean, I know like Doublelift in the past, has been like, that kind of guy maybe, but I think he's probably matured a lot since then because I haven't noticed anything like that at all. Like he's a super like, he's pretty selfless, honestly, and he just wants to do what's best for the team. And I think I'm kind of the same way now. Like, I think we both used to be like probably pretty selfish in the past, but I think right now we're working pretty well together, and so far there hasn't been any problems.
You guys don't butt heads on strategy? Because even if you both want to do what's best for the team, sometimes people disagree on what's best for the team.
I mean, there will sometimes be disagreements, but there hasn't like been any like heated arguments or anything like that. So far everything has been like pretty smooth within the team.
Yeah. Any thoughts on any of the other guys? Are you close to any of them, or have you been hanging out with them? I mean, last year I remember Team Liquid kind of memed about being business friends, I think, or something like that. That was their joke. And so I don't know if it's been like that for you. Everybody kind of does their own thing, or how it generally feels.
Oh, I think Impact probably brought that one over because he said the same in Cloud9.
Yeah.
But I've been hanging out with Impact a lot. Like we've been going out to eat a lot and stuff. And I'm pretty cool with everyone on the team, and everyone's like pretty outgoing and stuff. So I wouldn't say we're like business friends. I mean, we're still in the early stages of being friends, I guess. Okay. But everything has been good so far, and everyone's pretty friendly.
Okay, so getting to the LCS now, how do you think TL is going to do? I think a lot of people consider them a front runner.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would say the same. I think we're definitely the front runner. Like, there's not really a team where I think like, wow, like, this team could actually like challenge us. So right now I'm super confident, and, practice and stuff has been going super well. So there's not really any team where I'm like, wow, like, these guys are kind of scary. Like, I mean, I think, playing against Cloud9 is obviously going to be an interesting experience, and they could end up being good. Who knows? It's hard to say early on, but right now there's not really any team that I'm afraid of.
Yeah. What do you think of Cloud9's new mid laner?
He's probably a solid player, but I think he's a downgrade from the last mid laner.
Okay. That's a good one. I appreciate that. Do you think that we'll see Golden Glue get any time? Because there's Golden Glue has this hardcore fan group that already show up on my shows and Twitter, and they're just like, bring Golden Glue back, make him the starter.
I don't think he's gonna start initially, but I know that Cloud9 likes the system that they have going, where they like transition players back and forth. So I think he's definitely gonna get playtime, and the same with Blabber. But I imagine like Nisqy and Svenskeren will probably be the starters, but they will definitely like change things around for sure.
Are there any teams besides Cloud9 maybe that you're excited to play? Because it's fun talking to the TL guys and hearing you guys sort of say, like, I don't think, because Peter obviously said the same thing, I don't think there's going to be any teams that will really challenge us, but are there any, obviously besides C9, that you're excited to play?
Well, so we've been practicing a lot already, and I wouldn't really say there's any like scary teams or anything like that. So,
but
not fun teams. I don't know. I think it's hard to like identify this early on if like a team is a fun team to play against, because styles haven't really been identified this early on yet. But I don't know. I mean, I think playing against Cloud9 is gonna be a fun experience, but I don't know if like there's any fun teams.
I believe that's the opening match of the split, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you feel like you'll be nervous or have any kind of anticipation or something?
It would definitely suck to lose that game.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of. But honestly, like, I don't know. I think it'll be fun, but I just really don't want to lose, because I think that would be a little embarrassing. But I mean, even if we lose, like, I think the whole thing is long term anyway. So it's just about preparation for playoffs in a way. But I mean, I'm hoping we can start out strong, because I think we're definitely the best team.
Yeah. What about in-game stuff? Are you excited for the start of the split and to get in and play in this meta, or is it frustrating to you right now? I mean, what's the general vibe?
I mean, I think right now the meta is a little boring maybe for mid lane, but I think they're already making some changes to some of the like stronger mid laners, so it'll change a bit. But it's hard to judge how the meta is going to be this early on until like LCS and LCK, etc. starts to like have a better idea. But I mean, it's just whatever to me, honestly, like however the meta is. But right now, I wish we would see more like assassins and stuff. But it is what it is.
Oh, now that we've talked about the competitive side, what has your off season been like? What have you been up to?
What I've been up to? I've been so after Worlds, I went home to Denmark for like about a month and a half, I think, just to like see my family and stuff. And then when I came back to LA, I immediately moved into the new apartment, and honestly, just been playing League of Legends, going out with friends, and yeah, nothing too fancy really.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to play any cool games during the off season? I know Peter's has been playing Path of Exile nonstop.
Yeah, he has. I've been playing a bit Smash, but not too much. But that's kind of the game I'm trying to get into a bit more. But other than that, not really, because I like to if I'm gonna play any other games, I like to limit it to one, like League and one extra game, because if I play too much, like too many other games, it's too hard for me to balance, I think. So
I mean, you had a month and a half in back home, right?
yeah, but I don't know. I don't like playing more than like one extra game in League, because I think it just becomes too overwhelming for me, and I still want to play League in the off season just to make sure that like I keep my level.
Yeah. Was it good being back in EU solo queue?
Oh, EU solo queue is definitely an interesting experience, but honestly, like last time I played seriously there was like in season 4, and it's actually like improved a lot, like the players there. So it was a good experience. Like I think it's more interesting because the players type a lot more, so it makes it much more entertaining at least.
Yeah, I got you. They are very talkative over there.
Very
I just thought maybe the ping and all that stuff and the competitiveness would be nice for you.
Yeah, for sure. Like the ping is definitely nicer. So it'd be nice if NA could like move back to LA or something. Yeah.
That would be good. I mean, we could all go to Chicago.
It's a bit too cold.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that either. Glad. All right. So, final, anything that you want to say to anybody out there, including maybe some of the Cloud9 fans that are like, am I a Cloud9 fan? Am I a Jensen fan? Do I hate this guy? Am I going to cheer for him?
Yeah, I mean, thanks to everyone for supporting me, and I hope you guys will continue to support me and understand that my decision, like, I felt like, it had to be made at some point if I wanted to try something new, and I think I never really had the intention of, like, leaving Cloud9 on a bad term. Like, I always wanted to, like, leave Cloud9 after, like, winning an ALCS or something like that, but unfortunately, it wasn't possible, and I felt like I couldn't wait any longer. And we had a great Worlds run, so I thought, now was a good time to leave while they also have a good backup mid laner so that I wouldn't, like, leave them in a bad position.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Jensen, for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel. Man, I am so excited for the start of LCS. I hope you are too. This preseason coverage is going to be hyped. See how these matches go down. The very first one is Team Liquid versus Cloud9. It's going to be rad. Just that rivalry coming in. The whole point is I just want to thank you for watching this as somebody walks behind me. It's completely cool. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen and move on. Because guess what? This is all sponsored by Alienware. Isn't that rad? Yes, they're sponsoring everything I do in 2019. Super cool of them to provide me that support. I don't know. I'm just excited about it. I'm hoping that you're excited too. And if you're excited, you can help me by clicking the link below in the description, dell.com/Travis. There's some other stuff there. You might want to follow me on Twitch. You might want to subscribe to this YouTube channel. But if you check out their stuff, they've got a whole bunch of new cool things that they announced at CS at the start of this year. Checking that out obviously helps me, and I can't wait to help you by providing you more content as the year goes on. So I'll catch you later.